will they be able to rescue the Brexit talks?
Well, we thought we had a deal yesterday morning that was being widely flagged. It turned out there was a deal between the UK and the Irish governments on how this border situation would work, but no one seems to have asked the DUP. They're the unionist party that Mrs May relies on to govern with her minority government. When they saw the text, Arlene Foster, their leader's just been speaking a few hours ago. She says when she saw the text of their agreement, she was shocked and instantly blocked it. That's when we saw those talks dramatically collapse yesterday. So the British government's saying they're going to go back to the table, that they're going to continue to work on this agreement. But the intractable problem remains, which is that the DUP, without whom Mrs May cannot govern, they are refusing to allow any concession, which means there's a divergence between regulations in Northern Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom. And as yet, no one seems to have come up with a solution for them to enable talks to move ahead. So Mrs May's in a very difficult position still.
So, David, I don't understand from the European side why they would even sit down with her again unless she had her ducks in a row, as it were, with Dublin and with Belfast. I mean, I think the talks that need to go on are with the Irish and the Brits, not with the Europeans.
Yeah. I mean, the Europeans, actually, yesterday you saw them really trying to be constructive and trying to be nice. You had Jean-Claude Juncker, the President of the European Commission, wearing his Burberry tie, as his British branded Burberry tie. He came out and said Mrs May is an excellent negotiator, tough negotiator, pouring all her energies to back up Britain. They were trying to, in some ways, shore her up. They don't want more instability in Britain. They don't want to necessarily see another election. Who knows what the outcome of that may be? So you're seeing some of the European side trying to rally round a little bit. They want a deal as much as anyone. The Irish want a deal. The Irish depend on their trading relationship with the United Kingdom almost more than anybody else in the rest of the EU. So everyone is desperate, really, to move these trade talks on. However, there is this intractable problem. How do you account for different regulatory regimes and still not have a hard border? And it's opening up all these old concerns, rivalries, anger that has festered on the island of Ireland for many years.
We're now hearing from Scotland calling on the opposition Labour Party to work together to change the terms of Brexit. Any chance that can happen?
Yes, Nicola Sturgeon put out this rather provocative tweet. How about it? She said Jeremy Corbyn, floating this idea of some alliance with Labour to change the terms of Brexit. Now, Labour have been sitting on the fence, effectively, not saying one way or the other should we have a hard Brexit or a soft Brexit. Nicola Sturgeon really pushing them to change the narrative on that, because she says there's a majority then in the House of Commons to change Brexit. Theresa May said all along, we are leaving the single market, we are leaving the customs union. Nicola Sturgeon trying to change the narrative on that. Also, Nicola Sturgeon also seeing an opportunity here to weaken the United Kingdom and to get her way in terms of another referendum for Scotland to leave. Now, Mrs May keeps saying Brexit means Brexit. The Conservative Party's other title is the Conservative and Unionist Party. So what she is desperate to avoid is Brexit meaning the end of Great Britain.